Hey, I am Chin, and this is Moving Around the World. Today, we are doing a comparison that comes up constantly when people are thinking about relocating inside the UK. London versus Edinburgh. Both are capital cities, both carry serious history. Both have iconic streets and views, and yet they feel like completely different lives. My goal is not to crown a winner and call it a day. My goal is to help you choose with clarity, based on the life you actually want to live once the excitement settles and Monday morning shows up. Because a city can be perfect for ambition and terrible for peace, or perfect for calm and slower for career momentum. And you only discover that when your routines start repeating. London is huge, fast, dense, and full of constant motion. Edinburgh is more compact, more contained, and often feels calmer in the day-to-day flow, even though it can get busy in peak seasons. When people ask me which one is better, I always say it depends on what you value most, not what looks better on a postcard. In London, you feel the scale immediately. You feel it in the stations, the crowds, the number of neighborhoods, the endless options, and the feeling that the city never fully turns off. In Edinburgh, you feel the city more like a place you can hold in your hands. You can learn it faster, you can build familiar routes sooner, and for many people, that creates a quicker sense of belonging. This comparison matters because the difference is not only about landmarks. It is about time, energy, money, and your nervous system. It is about how long it takes to get from home to work, how much space you can afford, how safe you feel walking at night, how easily you can build community, and what kind of pace your body can sustain. So stay with me, because in the next parts, I will walk you through what really changes between these two cities, in a way that helps you make a decision you will not regret. Let us start with location and the feeling of place, because geography turns into lifestyle faster than people realize. London sits in the southeast of England, built around the River Thames. It feels like a crossroads where the world keeps passing through. You can feel layers of old and new sitting right next to each other. Ancient streets, modern towers, markets, parks, museums, and neighborhoods that each feel like a different city inside the same city. London is a place where you can reinvent yourself because there are so many pockets of culture, work, and community that you can always find a lane that fits you. Edinburgh is in Scotland, closer to the sea, shaped by hills and elevation, and it has a very different atmosphere. The city has a strong stone and skyline presence. You notice viewpoints, slopes, and streets that feel carved into history. Edinburgh often feels more cinematic, not because it is trying to be, but because the natural terrain and the architecture create that effect. The city can feel intimate in a way London rarely does. In Edinburgh, a short walk can give you castle views, green spaces, and neighborhoods that feel close enough to return to again and again. Weather is part of this feeling too. London can be changeable, with light rain and clouds that shift quickly. But being further south often means it can feel slightly milder on certain days. Edinburgh tends to feel cooler and windier more often, and the wind can shape your day, your clothing, and your mood. That does not mean one is better. It means you need to imagine a normal week, not just a beautiful summer afternoon. If you visit both places, pay attention to how your body feels. Pay attention to the pace of the streets, the sound level, the way people move, the way you breathe. Cities are not only chosen with logic, they are also chosen with the nervous system. And that is why location and atmosphere matter so much in this comparison. Now let us talk about size and density, because this is where daily experience becomes completely different. London is massive, and that size shows up everywhere. It shows up in the number of people moving at once, the crowd levels on trains, the demand for housing, the speed of the streets, and the feeling that you are always surrounded by movement. For some people, that is energizing. If you love stimulation, variety, and the sense that life is always happening, London can feel like fuel. You can find communities for almost anything: professional networks, cultural scenes, niche hobbies, global food and events every day of the week. But size also means friction. In London, the city can ask more from you. Tasks more planning, more patience, more time spent commuting, more tolerance for crowds, and more mental bandwidth. If you are sensitive to noise or you get drained by constant stimulation, London can feel heavy unless you choose your area carefully and build strong personal routines to protect your energy. Edinburgh is smaller, and that changes how the city feels in your hands. Many people adapt faster because the map becomes familiar sooner. You learn which streets connect, you recognize places. You build your own patterns quicker. And that can create stability when you are new to the UK. A smaller city can also make it easier to feel part of something, because you can return to the same spaces and start to see familiar faces. Edinburgh is not quiet all the time. It can get extremely busy during festivals and tourist seasons. But outside those peaks, many people experience it as more manageable, more breathable, and more predictable. If you are moving with family, or if you want a calmer rhythm, that predictability can become a major advantage. The real question is not which city has more life. The real question is what kind of life helps you thrive. Let us get practical about jobs and the economy, because for many people, that is the deciding factor. London is a global business hub. It has major industries in finance, professional services, technology, media, tourism, and a long list of sectors that attract talent from everywhere. That means opportunity can be big, and it also means competition is intense. London can give you access to specialized roles, international companies, and networks that can accelerate a career. If your plan is to chase a high ceiling and you can handle the pressure and the pace, London can be a powerful platform, but you pay for access. In London, the cost of entering the game can be high, not only financially, but also in time and energy. Commuting, rent, and the general speed of life can make it harder to maintain balance if you do not build the right structure. London can reward you, but it can also consume you if you do not come with a plan. Edinburgh has a strong economy for its size. It has a meaningful financial sector, a strong education and research presence, and growing digital and tech opportunities. One difference people often feel is that a smaller city can make professional relationships feel more accessible. Networks can be easier to enter, and you may feel you can build momentum with fewer barriers. That depends on your field and your strategy, but it is a common experience. If you work remote, this comparison changes again. When your paycheck is not tied to the local market, the city becomes your lifestyle container. Then you are choosing based on cost, comfort, daily rhythm, and personal happiness. London becomes an option for maximum access and maximum stimulation. Edinburgh becomes an option for a more controlled pace with strong character. The key is being honest about what you want your days to feel like, not just what you want your resume to say. Now let us talk about cost of living, because this is where dreams either get grounded or get broken. London is expensive, and not only in rent. Transport costs can add up. Eating out can become a habit that drains your budget, and even simple convenience can come with a price. You can lower costs by living further out, but then you often pay with time. And time becomes a hidden expense. A cheaper rent can turn into long commutes, less rest, and less room for a life outside work. The real cost is the combination of money and stress. Some people choose London because they want to be near everything. They accept a smaller space and a higher price because access matters more than comfort. Others choose distance because they want more space and a lower monthly bill, and they accept the commute. Neither choice is wrong. The problem is when you choose without calculating the full trade. Edinburgh can also be pricey, especially in popular areas. But many people find that overall, it can feel more reachable than London, depending on your lifestyle. Often the biggest difference is what you get for your money. In Edinburgh, you might feel that your budget stretches into a more comfortable routine. With shorter distances and less financial pressure in daily choices. In London, you might feel that your budget buys access, variety, and scale, but you must manage it carefully. If you are deciding between the two, do a simple mental test. Picture a normal week: groceries, transport, utilities, 1 or 2 social moments, and savings. If that week works without you feeling trapped, the city fits you. If that week only works when you cut everything and live tense, that city will eventually wear you down. A good move is not the one that looks impressive. A good move is the one you can sustain. Let us talk about safety and the feeling of peace, because statistics do not always match how a place feels at night. In general, many people experience Edinburgh as safer and calmer than London. Part of that is the size. A smaller city can feel more predictable. You learn areas faster, you understand where you feel comfortable, and your day-to-day movements can feel less stressful. That predictability can be a big advantage if you are new to the UK, especially if you are moving with family or starting from scratch. London is more variable. There are beautiful, quiet areas, and there are areas where you need stronger awareness, because it is bigger and more crowded. You can also run into more common city issues, like pickpocketing and opportunistic crime in busy zones. That does not mean London is unlivable. It means you need to choose your neighborhood wisely, understand your roots, and build good habits. Many people live in London safely and happily. The difference is that London asks you to be more intentional about where you live and how you move. Education is another factor that can matter a lot. London has a major concentration of universities, colleges, research institutions, and many types of schools. The scale of choice can be a huge advantage for students and families. Edinburgh also has strong education and respected institutions with a powerful academic culture. The difference is the experience. London offers vast variety and enormous scale. Edinburgh offers strength in a more compact environment, which can make daily logistics simpler. If you are moving with kids, think about school plus routine, not school alone. Think about the walk to school, the commute, the neighborhood safety, and the community around it. The best place is the one that makes your family life stable, because stability is what helps people adapt, perform, and actually enjoy the move. Now let us talk about transport and daily movement, because this is where London and Edinburgh can feel like different countries. London has an extensive public transport system, and that is one of its biggest strengths. You can live without a car, you can reach many areas, and you can build a life across different zones. But that system comes with crowds, intensity in peak hours, and a pace that demands patience. If you can handle that, the city becomes accessible. If you struggle with crowds, you may need to plan your schedule and choose your location carefully to protect your energy. Edinburgh has good transport for its size, and a major advantage is proximity. The city center is walkable, and many neighborhoods feel close enough to connect without complicated planning. That means you can often reclaim time. And reclaimed time turns into a better week. It turns into sleep, exercise, family dinners, or simply less stress. Culture is another place where the difference shows. London is endless museums, theater, concerts, food scenes, communities from everywhere, and events that never stop. If you love exploration, London can feed you forever. Edinburgh is smaller but has a strong identity, striking architecture, and a cultural life that can feel more intimate. Many people experience Edinburgh as a place where you participate in the city rather than just consuming it. There is also a different emotional texture. London speaks in volume: languages, speed, lights, and constant motion. Edinburgh speaks in stone, hills, wind, views, and quieter moments between streets. Both can be beautiful. The question is, which one matches the way you want to feel in your own life? Your city should not fight your personality. Your city should support it. Let us close this out with a simple way to decide that keeps you grounded. Start by naming your top priority. If your priority is maximum career scale, global networking, and a market with endless variety, London often fits that direction. If your priority is a more manageable lifestyle, shorter distances, and a calmer day-to-day rhythm, Edinburgh often aligns with that. Then look at your budget and your tolerance for pressure. London can be amazing when you can afford it without living in survival mode. Edinburgh can be powerful when you want comfort, character, and a city that feels easier to hold. Also, consider your daily routine. Imagine a normal Monday: work, commute, groceries, and dinner. Imagine a normal Friday: a simple social plan, a walk, and a calm night. Imagine a normal Sunday: rest, errands, and preparing for the week. The right city is the one that makes those ordinary days feel sustainable, because your life will not be a highlight reel. Your life will be mostly ordinary days, and the city that supports your ordinary days is the city that supports you. I am Chin, and this is Moving Around the World. If this comparison helped you, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next city matchups. Drop a comment telling me which city pulls you more, London or Edinburgh, and tell me what matters most to you: career, cost, safety, education, or pace. Share this video with someone who is planning a UK move, because one clear conversation can save a lot of time and money. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.